right, good morning, everybody, and welcome to another episode of A Few Minutes with me, Jesus. Today's a good question. Why? Because it probably happens a lot. Describe something you wanted badly, once you got, you never used. Oh man, that's probably a lot of things. I feel like a lot of things I just buy. I just buy at the moment. I want it, and I never use. Kind of like an air fryer. Oh, for me, air fryer. Bought an air fryer. Really wanted it. I used to use it a lot. Now I barely use it. Rice maker. They got so many things now that are multi versatile that once you buy, there's no point. Like you buy it because they got this new thing, and now they got this other new thing. You're like, that's way better. Then you buy it because it looks fancy, and then you just never use it. I got a garage full of stuff I never use. Oh man, that's why. Thank God for storage, or else I'll never get rid of anything. I feel like that's how my father was. Probably still is. He would just buy a bunch of stuff, and then he just saves it, and then just finds a nice little hole to hide it. And I wonder how many people. I wonder if that's why like people never come back from them storage places, because people just buy a bunch of stuff. They got a storage place. They put it in the storage. They figure out, why am I paying for the storage thing that I never use? I never go look at the things, and then they just stop paying for it. And then next thing you know, their stuff is on TV. It'd be like, damn, I didn't know my stuff was worth that much. It's a place. One thing. If I had to say one thing I bought that I never use, man, it's hard. I try to make it a definitely a big thing. If I buy it, I definitely gotta have a purpose for it. I definitely gotta use it, because money, money just goes like that in an instance. And then you're like, oh man, then you end up selling it on some new website, and boom. One thing I would say, probably like phones. I used to want to buy like the newest phone coming out, newest phone. This is what I gotta buy. I gotta get it because I'm gonna use it. This is what I'm gonna use it. I'm gonna be productive with it, and then boom, I get the new phone. I do nothing with it. It's got a nice fancy camera. Don't take pictures. Don't take video, and it just collects. Yeah, I use it for like the regular purposes, but I probably could have just kept using the same old phone. I think the longest phone I probably ever had was uh the last iPhone, I guess. Kept messing up though. But to the iPhone 8, like 3 years. Something about paying it off. You're like, I paid it off. I just paid it off. Saved $30 a month now. Probably made more sense. But then if the battery got huge, kept messing up. Had to get a new one. Had to get a new one. So I was thinking the other day. I was watching a movie. Forgot which one. But how hot? Imagine being like in a church back in the day. Like you just had to be real devout, because it had to be hot in the summer in many of these churches, and people were wearing layers, and it looked like people were wearing suits and shit. Like you gotta do more than fan. Like people nowadays don't want to go to a place. They don't even want to get in the car because it's hot and the car is hot, so they gotta wait, put the air conditioner on. But imagine being in church and just listening there. And like, I feel like church was probably way longer back in the day, 60s, 70s. Preachers just going on. This is their time to shine. This is them. And it's just in a hot room for your sins. And back then, people used to do some weird shit, like sin stuff. So just imagine just being in that hot room, trying to fan yourself off, sweating, at probably wearing some wool. I feel like things are more airy now than they were back in the day. So now you just sitting in your own juices. Like, man, Couldn't do that now. Like, people go to church and, you get dragged along when you're kids, and most of the time you just find it boring. Probably people don't want to go on Sunday, especially during the football season, because the game's on. And I used to just think it was an inconvenience. Like, oh, I got to go get ready, go to church. Probably like in total process, you got to get ready. Then you got to go. You got to get there early. Then you just sit there for about an hour, and the drive back. And then if you don't make the church you wanted or the time you wanted, then you got to go to another one. And it's like, oh. And then your time's just extended. Like, church is cool. Church is probably better when you're older because you could probably understand the sermon better. But if you got like a bad priest, I can see why. Like those big fancy churches, like how could that could be like that could draw people, because the big fancy churches, like the ones you see on TV, they're all hype. The band's kicking. They definitely got air conditioner. And I wonder how different it'll be. I get it. As a Catholic, I'm a Roman Catholic. As a Roman Catholic, I'll be like, yeah, I'm a Roman Catholic, but I'm just going to this church because it's kicking. Man, them hot ass churches. And I bet the benches were probably really uncomfortable. They probably still got the same benches now, but you gotta think, at least now when you go on your knees, for those 2 times in church, at least they got the cushion. But back in the day, we probably had like splinters and shit. Or if it was like a bad church, it's all like gravelly and stuff. I don't know. But in the end, thank God for air conditioning. Well, that's it for today. Hope you have a good morning, good day, good afternoon. And,